Hey everybody, it is Dak here from the Ed Boys, and welcome to my Divine Potion Guide. This is a guide add-on, sort of to my 1 to 99 Herblore guide, but it's not a really great training method for Herblore, rather a solid moneymaker, so maybe it's a little bit more of a guide add-on to my Make Money with Herblore guide. Either way, it is another Herblore method that has been added to the game since those videos came out. Divine Potions were added in the Song of the Elves quest, requiring a crystal shard to make. With a regular potion, you normally get temporary boost in, say, attack for an attack potion, and then you would lose those temporary levels 1 level every minute, until you're back at your base stat. With a Divine Potion, you get a 5-minute timer where your stats stay fully boosted and you don't lose a level every minute, but if something does attack you that would normally drain your stats, like an Aberrant Spectre if you're not wearing a nose plug, that still drains your stats. Overall, the Divine Potion is just used to keep your stats max boosted for up to 5 minutes, rather than only being able to max boost for up to 1 minute per dose. This is very helpful for keeping your damage output high while fighting high-level bosses. Since you do need crystal shards to make Divine Potions, you are going to have to complete the Song of the Elves quest to make them, which is a pretty high-level quest. You don't need to do the quest to use Divine Potions, unless of course you're an Iron Man and you have to make your own. I do have a guide on collecting your own crystal shards linked in the description, but you can also potentially buy weapon seeds from the Grain Exchange and trade them into this elf Amarod for 10 shards per seed. It's not a ton of shards per seed, making it a little expensive for practical use, unless maybe you needed some charge for crystal gear immediately and you didn't have time to grind out seeds, or of course as an Iron Man if you have any spare seeds. This does work with the armor seed and the tool seed too, but those are a lot more expensive than weapon seeds, so if you're planning on buying the seeds to trade in for shards, I definitely wouldn't do it with the armor and the tool seeds. For Divine Potion, it's currently about 10k profit per shard, and it would be 24k in cost per shard if you were buying weapon seeds, so obviously collecting your shards is the way to go if you're trying to make Divine Potions, but not everybody's situation is the same. To make a Divine Potion, you do need to add Crystal Dust to just the regular version of the potion. To make Crystal Dust, you can use a Pestle and Mortar on Crystal Shards, making 10 dust per shard. 1 Crystal Dust can convert 1 dose of potion into a Divine Potion. You don't have to have full potions to turn them into Divine Potions, but overall, for grinding a bunch of them out, it obviously makes more sense to turn all of your potions into 4 dosers first, because that speeds up the process. Don't forget, Bob at the GE will decant your potions for you. Even if you're an Iron Man, you don't actually have to use the GE to do this. You can have this guy make basically all of your 1, 2, and 3 dose potions into 4 dose potions. Making Divine Potions can be pretty AFK, making the grind very nice and easy, but as you're going to see with the overall rates here, the grind doesn't last very long either, so the fact that it's very easy to do doesn't matter much. Your character will make a Divine Potion every 2 ticks, so a 27 potion inventory would require about 33 seconds, plus however long it takes you to bank. Your banking could be as low as like 2 seconds if you're perfect, or maybe we round it up to like 7 seconds per bank trip for slower rates. That also makes for some easier math here. That's somewhere between 35 and 40 seconds for every 27 potions. It would land you from 2400 to 2950 potions per hour. Keep in mind, you could also just hold down your spacebar and use the dust on each potion if you wanted to make a potion every tick. This would add another like 2,500 potions an hour, but it is very click intensive, and it's unlikely that you're going to keep it up for a full hour. Technically, you can double these numbers that I'm giving out, though. The thing is, you don't really need to speed it up that much. Very little of your time is probably going to be spent making Divine Potions in the first place, so trying to cut that time in half for a lot of effort is just not worth it. A Divine Potion does give 0.5 XP per dose, so you get 2 XP per potion, assuming that you're making 4 dose potions. At just under 3,000 potions an hour, which would be a pretty fast pace, you're looking at under 6k Herblore XP an hour, which is basically nothing if you have a high enough level to be making Divine Potions in the first place. So overall, this is not really meant for XP. On the other hand, you can get a lot of GP per potion. At the moment, there's a direct correlation between the level that you need to make a Divine Potion and the profit that you make per crystal shard with that potion. This ratio is obviously subject to change with prices, so I have linked the Wiki's page on Crystal Shards, which has this table that is constantly being updated. For the most part, it's always going to be the case that Divine Super Combats are going to be a way to go for the most money. The real numbers that you're looking for when talking about profit is how many shards that you're going through and how much you're making per shard. At 2,900 potions an hour, you'd be going through 11,600 dust an hour, which is 1,160 crystal shards. In other words, you're going to be spending a lot more time collecting shards than you will be making potions. With Divine Super Combats, you currently get about 10 to 10.1k GP per shard, And if you're going through 1160 shards an hour, that'd be over 11 mil in profit. Now, 11 mil profit an hour does sound amazing if you had unlimited shards. Collecting 1,160 shards does take a long time. Even if you're cranking out the corrupted gauntlet, you're trading in all your spare seeds for more shards, you're still looking at like 25 to 30 hours of shard collecting before you get an hour worth of potion making. Again, you could just buy crystal weapon seeds to turn them in for shards, but this costs more than you're going to make from getting the potions, so you're just working at a loss for like no Herblore XP. That's definitely not worth it. Overall, this means that the profit you're getting from making divine potions, it comes way more down to how many shards you're collecting an hour from other methods. So making divine potions is really just a way to convert your crystal shards into cash, making some of the Prifendos moneymakers pretty good for bonus cash from those crystal shards. The process of making this bonus cash is very fast, and it gets a little bit of bonus Herblore XP too, so it is nice to have the mechanic for extra GP, but it's not a really viable training method by any means. Plus, having divine potions is very nice for high-level bossing, to be fair. Overall, having the item in the game is also pretty sick. And as for Iron Men, the only way you're going to be able to get the item is if you can make your own. So that does make it a big deal to be able to unlock these. I believe that is everything that I wanted to talk about when it comes to Divine Potions, though, everybody. If you have any questions about Divine Potions, be sure to leave them in the comments section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you are wondering about Crystal Shard collecting methods, again, I do have a Crystal Shard collecting guide linked in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, or you just got some useful information out of it, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. I do stream on Twitch, which should be linked on the screen and in the description. I am also on Twitter. I do also have a Discord, which are both linked in the description. Thank you very much for watching this Divine Potion Herblore Guide add-on, everybody, and best of luck with your grinds.